This is the ADO Carbon Pro, a hybrid commuter bike built to carry you into work like a breeze. And when you want something more adventurous at the weekend, you can take it with you. Its carbon frame helps to lighten the overall load, meaning you can fold it up to a relatively compact size and pop it in the back of your car, caravan, or even motorhome. Well, I've got my very own car for the week. Shout out to VW for this gorgeous GTX for us. I'm going to get out the city, into the countryside and go on my own little adventure. And if you want to stay up to date with all the latest e-ride news, reviews and adventures, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss another video.
Whilst I pack the car up, let me give you a quick rundown on what the Carbon Pro has to offer. Following on from their newly launched ADO Air 20 Ultra, which, spoiler alert, is a dream to ride. The Carbon Pro is made to be just that bit lighter and travel ready. The frame and front fork is, of course, made of carbon fibre, whilst the mudguards and rear rack are aluminium, and comes with the specialist MIC and ADO quick release system for a range of useful bags and attachments to be used on the bike. So whether you've got a pup, a big pack or a load of shopping, there's an attachment for you. You can check out those accessories via the link in the description down below. The Carbon Pro also sports a Bafang 2-speed auto-shifting motor with a carbon belt drive, so all you need to do is start pedaling and the bike keeps an eye on the gears for you. As this is made to come with you on your travels, size and weight are really important. In total, with the mudguards and rear rack, the bike weighs in at 16.2 kilograms. It's not quite as light as their previous Carbon Air, but is still very manageable to pop into the car or motorhome. The choice of 20-inch wheels finds a sweet spot of nice stability for differing terrain, whilst also ensuring the bike can stay compact as it can be when folded. Alright, more on the bike in a bit.
So today I'm headed down to the Surrey Hills area. It's just over an hour's drive from London, and there's a particular place that I'm aiming to get to, Leith Hill, known to be one of the best climbs in the southeast. Now, what's really good about the route that I've chosen today is whilst it's near the famed Box Hill area, I'm still getting a nice climb and the lovely views, but without the busyness of the amount of people that can turn up at the weekend. So fingers crossed, it should be pretty quiet where I'm going today. If you guys want to watch me cycle up the famed zigzag road of Box Hill, then you can check out this video right here where I take it on with a Tourer electric bike. It's one you shouldn't miss, but obviously watch it after this video. Well, the drive down was easy enough and there were no signs of oily marks or scuffs because we have a carbon belt drive on this bike, which means no chain, no oil, no potential mess in the back. And it didn't even move at all whilst I was doing some serious turns with my driving. For today, I found a really nice route on Commute. No, this isn't sponsored by them, but this is the app that I've used to find a really nice cycle route, and they do usually have really nice options with different levels of difficulty. I've gone for a medium today. Okay, so I'm nearly ready to head off. Found a good parking spot, got the bike out, unfolded it really quickly. I've set up the saddle to be the perfect height for me. So I'm 5'10", and this bike can cater between 150 to 190 centimeters. So that's 177 centimeters for me. I've got my commute route on my phone here, and there's a really nice LCD display on this bike, which is an upgrade from the previous versions. It's bright, it's colorful, it's got everything that you need to know about the bike itself. And under the seat post here, you might have seen that there is a rather chunky seat post. It's actually the battery, which is removable. Now, ADO claims a range of up to 62 miles on one charge. So I'm gonna give it a good go today, particularly with the big hill incoming, and see how the range looks as well. Right, we've already started on a fairly good climb. I'm in eco mode, level 3, and this bike is making light work, and it's just switched up into gear 2. And we're gonna make a nice steady climb up. Look at that church, beautiful.
This can only be a sign of things to come if we're already hitting the inclines minutes into the ride. Once I'm over the climb, I am transported into another world. Greenery galore, fields, trees, panoramic scenes, horses, tiny country lanes with some pretty dodgy tarmac that you do need to watch out for. I can feel the stresses of city life fading into the background with my heavenly surroundings.
What I love about the new ADO bikes is that they have this AQS setup or mix setup as well. So you're able to attach any accessory that you'd like to the bike as long as it's MIC or ADO accessory specific. So today I have the backpack. It's got all my filming equipment in. There's quite a lot of stuff in here actually. It's pretty heavy. And whilst it does add some weight to the front of the bike, because of the motor pushing us up the back, it all just feels quite balanced. Oh, the acceleration, the assist, it's so smooth and powerful. Level 3 eco, it's just, I can ride with one hand. I'm barely holding on. The bike is just doing the work for me, but I am still getting a little bit of exercise. So I'm getting a nice combo. Oh, here we go, let's switch it up to sport mode. This is a steeper climb. Yeah, there's some serious gradients along here and the bike is handling it. It just means that you aren't feeling limited to where you'd like to explore and where you'd like to go when you've got a bike like this. Those big hills don't feel daunting, they feel manageable, and you get to see gorgeous stuff like this.
But it's not long before I am immersed in scenic woodlands. This is a historic landscape managed by the National Trust and is ancient land with centuries-old woodland with towering oak, hornbeam and hazel trees that create scenes from a fairy tale.
You guys, I just had to stop. I'm literally, I don't know, 2 kilometres into this ride. Look at the bluebells. So gorgeous.
I just love these kinds of rides where I can just take my time, take in the scenes, and stop and enjoy what comes my way when I feel like it. And it's not long before I hit my first stop of the day, the Plough Inn. And I get chatting to a lovely bloke who shares the same profession as me.
Yeah? Oh, you got the same?
A few moments later.
Okay guys, so I've just met a lovely guy called Paul who also is a YouTuber. What's your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so it's Two-Wheel Rider, so it's all motorbikes.
I feel like I've come across you.
Yeah,
Anyway, it was nice to meet you,
yeah,
Paul.
take care of yourself.
Have a good day. Right, let's see if I'll be allowed in here with my bike. Hey? Sorry, say that again.
There's a side alley and a parking bike there.
Oh, there is? Oh. Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't see that. Okay, so I have done 6.06 kilometres already with quite a few hills. I'm nearly halfway and Leith Hill is just around the corner, so I am fueling up to make sure I am ready for the climb.
Let's go.
Whilst I've been able to keep the bike folded down and next to me, should you need to lock your bike up in public, you can have peace of mind with ADO's anti-theft GPS system. In the app, you can create an electronic fence, so if the bike is moved out of its digital pen, you're going to know about it. Also, you can locate your bike at a click of a button for peace of mind whilst it's out of sight. Alright, stopover done, and it's time to get back out on the road and tackle this climb. It begins with some nice drops in elevation through the forest, but soon enough, I locate the ascent of Leith Hill.
I've just hit my first off-road track. And it's hilly, and it's bumpy. So let's see how this bike does. I think I better switch into sport mode for this. It's a steep start. Whee! Okay, great, okay, big bump. Big log. Managed to miss it. Good start. This bike is feeling so lightweight in level 3 sport. On these bumpity trails. It's making the climb effortless. just switched into gear 2. Oh, a bit skiddy, that's fine. Big rock in the way, that's fine.
I soon start to realise the terrain is starting to get a little bit more dicey.
Catch that, okay. That's not the bike's fault. That is an unfortunate dip. Okay, hill start.
I mean, look at this. This is unbelievably steep, but the motor really is giving it a good go. It's just getting that traction on the wheels where we're starting to need mountain bike tyres for solid grip. And also a bit more flexibility with being able to have manual gears.
Some big scary rocks and logs. But it's doing it. There's just too many logs.
There are some chonky roots and rocks around here. Once I get to the top of that mad climb, I suddenly realise where I am.
Behind me is Leith Hill. This looks steep. It doesn't look that steep on video, but trust me, this looks pretty treacherous. We've got big logs, stones, inclines aplenty. Bring it on.
The bike is doing so well, but as the terrain becomes more difficult, I start to lose momentum.
That's too steep.
I start to realise I've bitten off more than I can chew. So I'm just having a quick look at Commute, and it definitely doesn't show this part of the ride. I thought this was going to be more of a road tarmac scenario, so thanks Commute for that beastie surprise.
Okay, so I'm doing a slight detour because that was just no way. I couldn't even do that on like a mountain bike personally. So we're gonna keep going along Avenger Road until we hit Leith Hill Road, and that looks like a much better bike friendly climb anyway.
I shortly join Leith Hill Road, which has a steady incline up and much more reliable terrain. This is a 40-mile-per-hour road, but thankfully it's just a short stretch, and then I'm able to join up with the planned route.
Now, whilst that road definitely still had a good climb to it, it was not by any means the climb of the original one I started. But what's nice about this is because there was that main road there, I was able to loop around the hard bit, and then I'm able to come back to look at what I was missing. So no harm done. We've got to know when there are limitations. I definitely chose a particularly difficult hill. I don't know why the app said it was a medium effort. That was way more than medium effort. But now I can just ride back, taking the route, and be able to see what I missed.
The terrain is still rooty and rocky, but much more manageable, and it's not long before I hit the historic tower built by Richard Hull of Leith Hill Place in 1765, which was restored in 1984. It was built for the public to enjoy the countryside views, and the views do not disappoint.
We've made it to the tower.
Life can feel overwhelming sometimes. The constant pressure, the noise, the never-ending to-do lists. So consider this your gentle reminder to step away from it all, even just for a little while. It doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. Pack a simple lunch if you like, invite a friend, hop on your e-bike and head to the great outdoors. Let the fresh air clear your mind, soak up some vitamin D and take a pause. And be curious. Go explore.
Okay, we have our answer. Mountain bike trail. To be honest, I don't know what I was thinking. I swear Commute didn't say it's a mountain bike trail. This is not a mountain bike. When I looked at the hill, I was like, yeah, it's pretty steep, but actually when you start doing it, it's like, whoa. The big bumps, the big rocks. That's fine. There's a lovely road that we went up instead, and we've done lots of nice climbs. This bike is very capable, but it is not a mountain bike.
All right, it's time for the final leg of the ride, and I feel like I'm really getting to know the Carbon Pro now after our eventful excursion.
This bike really reminds me of the ADOELECTROHEADS 20 Ultra, which has just been released, but there is a natural progression with this one. Now, if you want to watch my review on the ADOELECTROHEADS 20 Ultra, I reviewed that very recently. You can go and check it out by clicking the link above. Now, the difference with this one is, of course, it has a carbon fibre frame. It has 2 speeds instead of 3 speeds, which does help keep the weight down of this bike just a little bit. It's got slightly thinner tyres as well, and it also folds down smaller too.
The Carbon Pro is going to be launching in early May with a promotional price of £1,899, and the regular retail price will be £1,999 for the UK market. Now, don't forget, we do have an affiliate discount code and a referral link, so make sure to get down to the description below so that you can get some additional money off. Don't say we don't treat you.
Woo! Made it! Well, what a day that's been. I want to quickly talk about range because we all want to know how the bike performed. So according to Commute, I did in total just under 20 kilometers, 19.6 if we're going to be precise. Now looking at the bike at the end of my ride, I had just under half the amount of battery remaining. So I've covered about 12 miles in total. That's how much battery is left. Now ADO claims up to 62 miles of range. Now, yeah, we haven't quite got close to that because I've been doing a lot of inclines, a lot of tougher riding, getting into sport mode, up to level 3. I was definitely using a mix of eco and sport, but usually in level 3 assist, whichever one I was in. So that adds up. I would say if I continued my ride until the battery died, I'd probably get comfortably at least 20 miles of range, if not more. But remember, if there are loads of inclines, then that does obviously reduce the amount of battery that you're going to have because it uses a lot more juice and energy. And bearing in mind, I had a very heavy backpack on the front as well, so I'm very pleased with that result. And I'm overall so smitten with this bike. It could take on nearly everything I threw at it, bar that one mountain bike climb, but I had so much faith in the bike, I still tried it. I was like, come on, let's do it, because that's how that bike makes you feel. It gives you the confidence to take on stuff that you just probably wouldn't have even dared to do in the first place. Okay guys, time to hear your thoughts. Let me know down in the comments. What do you think of the ADO Carbon Pro? Did you enjoy my journey today? Let me know. And if you have any other cool cycle routes that you think I should do outside of London, hit me up. I'd love some suggestions because I've got lots more electric bike reviews coming your way. And if you are new here and you have enjoyed this video, there's more videos coming up, so make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you for the next one.